Hello all to my YouTube channel. Well, today it will be the second tutorial in DKL data query languages with SQL. Well, I will explain for you the importance of SQL and this language is still strong languages in the area of data. We can use it in many area, industry and a lot. Well, here in this tutorial, I will try to share with you some basics uh, concepts of this SQL and how we can use it. After that, we can see the medium and the advanced levels. Okay, so here to work with SQL. SQL is a languages to manipulate the data in this system of management of databases. Okay, we can answer some questions based on the data that we have. Okay, well, for this reason, is still strong languages in the area of data, and it's required skills in a role that we can have of data. Okay, and be engineer of data or the scientist or data analyst. So here we can use this database is stored just for education purpose. So content log of fields, and those fields give us the ability to make in some treatment. We can see that step by step. Okay, so let's start in first to apply or to choose the database that we want. So in our example, so we have use Word, or if we have other databases, we can choose the database that we want. Here in our example, choose this word databases for representation. So we have all the databases here, our case. So let's choosing the word the database. Okay. So there is now run. Okay. So let's see the tables that we have in these databases. Okay. Show show tables. Uh, see that. So show tables not show. Maybe it's describing. It's okay. We want the tables here. Show tables. So there is all the tables that we have in our databases. Okay. If we try to choose some table, so at this time we're gonna choose, for example, this table of country. We describe this table. See the content of the table that we have. Okay. All the fields. Name, continent, surface area, independent year, have a region, life expectancy, GDP, so on. Okay, here, so let's try to fetch the, the data that we have in this table. To do that, we can just using this keyword of select. Okay, select all from country. Okay, we're gonna see all the data that we have here. See the table. Okay, of country, see the content of all the table of this country. Uh, well, let's see, for example, how much, so here, how much of data or how much of country that we have in each continent? Because here we have this continent field. Click continent from, let me come up. So here we can just choose in this field of continent. We have continent here. Let's try to do something to aggregate. So we have country and we have content. So let's count the number of, sorry, that. So let's starting first with continent. Okay. So let's count the number of uh country that we have in each continent that we can use in this group by clause. So it's group by continent. Okay. So here we're running the query. So we have here some error. How this country is not knowing well. Let's choose main name. So we have this column of name. So we run our query and this is the result. So in each country or each continent, we have the number of countries that we have. Okay. In North America, for example, we have 27, Asia, 51, Africa, Europe, and so on. And if we want to make that an order, we can order by continent. So by default, we give us ascent order, and we have descent if we want to make it more large to one continent. Yeah, this is here continent column. So we run our query, and this is the result. Okay, so we have the most countries exist in Asia continent and Europe and so on. Okay, here let's make it by the most. The number of countries is exist in Africa. Sorry, okay, is not Asia. So let's try to make order. So we have continent. No, we can make it with the number of countries. Okay, to do that, we can choose in this order by the number of countries exist in each continent. Sorry. So we have this. So the most uh, countries exist in Africa. We have Asia, Europe, and so on. Okay. So let's now specifying the let's specifying the distinct name that we have. Can use this distinct clause, the name that we have in this type. Okay. We need to extract just the distinguish name or unique names. Okay, to do that, so we have this is so if we can count in the number of us number of uh, is an alias. Okay, we use it here just to show or make the response tutorial that we have in this field is more clear. So for this reason I add this alias here. So we selecting, this is the number for the countries that we have here, okay? So we can do a lot of things. So let's using the where clause. So the where clause is just a filter in SQL. We can use it to select just some data. So if we can choose in all the data from the countries where the name or the continent, which is just continent, continent is Africa. You can just uh return countries that we have in Africa. So this is all countries of the Africa continent. So let's be more specified and adding another conditions. Let's have independent year. So independent year is greater than 1950. Okay, we have both of conditions here. So let's run our here. So yeah. So this is the place of this filter here. So let's run our query now. This is the result we can get. So we return all the countries that have independence of year is more than 195. Okay. Okay, we can add in another condition. So and for example, let's make it uppercase or lowercase, sorry. So life expectancy is more than 50, for example. Okay. This is some conditions. We do that just to filter. So this is all the countries that have this life expectancy. It's more than 50. Okay. So we can do a lot of things. Can here. Oh, so this is how we can use where clause to extract some specific data based on the conditions that we want. Okay. Well, it's okay. Can do a lot of things. So we have so here we have here. So if we see with me, we have where clause and we have end. I mean, we specify or we make this criteria, and this can all these conditions it will be verified to return the results. We have this. We can copy this query. Can also using or close. Okay, or close. I mean, each of this country or each of these conditions. Sorry, it will be verified to have the results. So we can trade in just this country that we have in this Africa continent, or all the countries that have this independent year is more than this 950, or expectancy life is more than 50. Okay. So here it's okay to have some of these conditions. It can be verified to get the result that we want. So here if we run our queries, this is the result. Okay. So we have 50 country content all these conditions or some of these conditions at least. Okay. And also we can use some aggregate functions like max. We can select the max life expectancy. See from the maximum one here Okay, let's copy. Yes, we'll write it here. So this is the max life expectancy. So let's see which is this country. We can actually this start to return all the result I want and comma here and let's run it. Okay, limits group by expectancy. So, or max life expectancy. So let's see now the result that we can get here. The run is okay. We need to add in this group by. So let's add in this group by and see now it's okay. All the file. So here, so let's straighten this. Okay, let's run it and see. Okay, what's gone? Okay, let's do that. So we have here the max of each life expectancy by countries. Okay, the maximum life expectancy, okay, in each country. So we can also show it in the continent. Okay, continent. So here, okay, let's make it by. Okay, let's make it ordered by life expectancy. So we need to see. So here in the South America area, so let's make it more readable by adding this decent order because we want the max to mean or the top from the bottom. Okay, here in Europe we have the average or the life expectancy, the max life expectancy is exists in Europe. Maybe we have some external factors can contribute to explain for us, or at least have an idea about this life expectancy, why the max is exist in Europe. We can see also the average. Okay, we can using the average registrations. We have average of life expectancy. Okay, from country. Uh, so we can so choosing this continent. We can see the average of the life expectancy in each continent. So here, so we can using this by continent orders high average of this life of expectancy. Okay, so we can see that now. Okay, where is that? Buckets. So let's run it again and see what is the error that give us. Bring, okay, it's a name. continent, yeah. We need here continent. So let's try it again. Oh, I have another error. So is continents. Okay. So Brown, what is that? Also, Mario Paris select. Oh, I'm making this space here, and now it's around the result there is here. So as you see it be, this is the average of life expectancy in each continent. So let's run it again here. Let's see what's happening with us. So the most average is exists also in Europe. Is the most average life expectancy exists or Europe, or the high average of life expectancy is exists in Europe. We have North Africa, we have North America, Oceania, Asia, and the last one is Africa. Of course, we have, as I told you before, we have external factors can contribute to explain for us why this the average of life expectancy is changed in each continent to another. So here, let's discover something other. So let's cover fields that we have here. Let's see. So here we have surface area. We have okay. So we can also use some clause to just see some records. We have huge data in some tables. At this time, we can using a lot of limit to just specify how number of records I want to see what to return just to check the results. Okay, as I see with me now. So we have all these things. So we have just we return just for records to check the data and see okay in each how much they just check and have a big picture, draw a picture about the data that we have. Okay, we have also we have mean and max functions aggregate. If we want just the select all the data mean life expectancy being the minimum life expectancy of from okay. We need to group by continent continent. Let's see here. We need to specify. So here, so we can so here why I give or the why I facing these errors because we need some advanced methods to solving this kind of questions. We have subqueries, we have countable expression. You can see that we have triggers, we have view we can do, or we can solve in this kind of complex questions using all these concepts or advanced concepts that we have. So for now, we need just continent. So let's see the mean. So ordered by me. Life expectancy. Okay, just copy it here, pass it. So let's query. So here, as you see to me, uh, ascent, ascent by default. Okay. Now, so we always on here, ascent. So the minimum life expectancy in each country or each continent, sorry, is in Africa. The low one, the low life expectancy is exist in Africa. Of course, any one of us have some answers or at least some hypotheses to explain why this life expectancy in Africa is very low. Okay, well, we can also, for example, so let's check in something here. So let's start from country. Here we have this. Well, let's calculating the density in each the density of the population in each country because we have two very important fields here. We have the population and we have surface area. So let's measure the density in each continent. How much or what is the continent's content low or high density? So to do that, we can choosing this. Well, it's here is the population divided by surface area. Okay. As density from country. So from country. So let's choosing the continent or the name is choosing that for each country. Okay. Um from it's group by so group by name. So ordered by density. So let's see. This is we work or not. Just with the alias. So there is some errors here. So it's not correspondent. So let's remove this. So we need a comma here. So it's making this so. So let's make here high continent. Okay, continent. So this is the density that we have in each continent. Okay. So let's see what is the high density where exists ordered by this density. Okay. So let's run it again to check. So we have the density, the mass density. The high density is exist in Asia because we have China and we have India. So two risk country the with high density, of course, because we have a lot of people there, billion of peoples, around billion of people. So for this reason, this is acceptable. Okay, the continent of Asia is high density. Okay, so we can use in another function of round to make it with just two numbers after the comma. Can use these round functions. So let's run again here. This is just, we want just two numbers after the comma. Okay, so we have the wheeled cars, we have a lot of things that we can do. Okay, we can do that just step by step. We can also using, okay, it's try to do something other. So select start for all agree. So we need some comma here. So here we have, so let's make it some just boolean or some basic conditions here using if function. Okay, select if um, okay, if name equal to continent equal to Africa, for example. Okay, then yes, else no. So let's test in this. Send it Amiga, you have a more service. So what is that? Oh, why this happen? Checking. So let's do that. I just it's okay. else. No, it's about checking that and see the results, how it will be. Lower bound is, yeah, it's okay. So now, so here, so this is, if this logic or this expression is correct, we return first response as answer of this criteria that we create. Else, it's no. And if we can do that with if we select if population is greater than 1 billion, response is okay. Else, it's no. Yep. So here we can just recognize the name. It's have the population is more than 1 billion. To do that, we can using this syntax. So no, I mean here the name of Abra. No, why? Because the population is less than 1 million. For Afghanistan, it's okay because the population is more than so on. Okay. So this is how we can use this clause of if inside of the table to create another field based on some logic that we can create. So I hope that's clear for all, and we can see you in next tutorial with another topics because we have a lot of things that we can do with SQL. We can learn the basics and go to check and test the knowledge or the concepts that we understand to extract some insights based on the data that we have. So me personally, I like really to work with SQL, okay? Because with SQL, can I do a lot of things. Can when I draw conclusions, we can understand and extract the pattern of data. We can also extract some insights and some useful information to making decisions. I hope that's clear for you all, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye, and thank you for watching.